Welcome to the Vortex.
Welcome to the Vortex. My name is Raina Calvo and I'm your host today. I have a master's in spiritual psychology and have been involved in bodywork and energy work for the last 7 years. I'm happy today to introduce you to our wonderful guest who is the founder of Yogi Professional. His name is Philip Lagaris. Welcome, Philip.
Thank you.
So can you share about a little bit more about the Yogi Professional?
Yeah, my company. Actually, I used to work full-time at a customer service company. And working there, most of my life was spent sedentary. I didn't really have time to take care of my own body or my mind. You know, it was going to school, work full-time, going to work full-time. And so then I found yoga, and it was through there I found ways to take care of myself in a more complete sense. And now that I've decided to take on the yoga profession as a career, it was very natural for me to go back and now start working with companies, setting up wellness programs in the form of yoga classes at different corporations. So what I do is I go to a company, I find out the needs of their employees, if they suffer from any ailments, injuries, what their goals, what are they actually looking for from this yoga class, and then I tailor a class completely to them. So sometimes I go in there and I'm just doing chair yoga, which is yoga, you just sit in a chair. You can do it in office settings, and it's all very simple poses to make sure that their body stays open, flexible, that there's tension in their necks relieved, and carpal tunnel helps to be alleviated, that sort of thing. And then some people want full exercise programs in their classes. So, you know, it's just whatever they need, I make sure that they have. And I've had excellent results so far.
Wonderful. I love that it's tailor-made to your clients.
But that's what yoga has to be. Because I also study Ayurvedic medicine, which is a form of holistic medicine made with yoga. And so yoga, in a very real sense, is a form of medicine, not a form of aerobics. So we need to tailor the classes so that their bodies are taken care of, that it doesn't, you know, add to any of the injuries that they may already have, and also their mind and even their spirit.
Wonderful. Well, so as far as Ayurveda goes, I know a little bit about it. So if you can share with us, how do you tailor that? Is it, you know, per dosa, you know, their doshas?
Yes.
Philip, could you share with us a little bit about what a dosha is?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I said earlier, doshas are in all things, are in people. But to be more specific, dosha is the physical manifestations of this world. The world is manifested in these 5 elements. And that's ether, air, fire, water, and earth. And so since everything is manifested from these things, we need to focus on balancing our exposure to these things. So if my body is very light, you know, and I always have a lot of energy and I'm moving quite constantly, my thoughts are racing, that is a sign of a vata personality. And so in order for me to keep myself balanced, I'm going to try to cultivate kapha energy lifestyle to balance myself out. Likewise, if I'm having trouble sleeping, if I'm waking up in the middle of the night often because I can't leave, you know, my work at home, or excuse me, my work at work, I bring it home with me, then that is a symptom of a pitta personality. You have the fire. You are constantly working with raw materials to change them into something that can work for you. And that's a pitta personality. We're going to calm that down with more cooling kind of energy. And depending on other aspects of your lifestyle, that's going to be more with a vata type of treatment or with a kapha type of treatment. So
Okay.
It works in everything. The foods that we eat, of course, are made of the physical elements. Salads, things that are light, that are bitter, that spread out, even though they're not very thick. This is like air, you know? Air is very broad, even though it's not thick. And so that's going to be more of a vata type food. It's going to create that kind of lightness, that movement in you. And meat, very thick, is more kapha. So we can change the way our bodies and our minds interact with the world by changing our foods and lifestyle.
Wow. So I hear that Ayurveda it sounds like it's a lifestyle, would you say? Because it sounds like it's incorporating nutrition and poses and...
But I like to describe Ayurveda as if yoga was a lifestyle and a form of medicine, what would it look like? Yoga was first founded in the Rig Veda, which are ancient texts. The Vedas are ancient texts that describe the nature of the universe. They were written, some say, about 5,000 years ago. And this is where yoga is first mentioned. And it was also in the Artava Veda that Ayurveda was mentioned. And so they have the same origin. They're one and the same. And I don't believe that you can truly separate one from the other.
So if someone has a tridosha, which you mentioned before, because we have the elements of all of it, so would the poses you give them vary from, you know,
Yes.
depending on where they're at?
A tridoshic personality, meaning someone who has a constitution, body, mind, that is indicative of a balance of all three doshas. We even still go through different phases of our lives. Like in the summer, when it's so hot outside, that's going to be more cultivating a pitta, a heating kind of element to your life. So you still need to keep your practice and the foods and the lifestyle that you have, the yoga, you still need to have everything cultivate more of a cooling energy so that you can balance yourself up from the summer. See, everything actually has three doshas in them, and they're basically like a collection of elements, you know. The vata, personality and body constitution, relates more to air and ether, pitta to fire and water, and kapha to earth and water. And so this isn't only in people, but it's also in the seasons, it's also in the food that they're eating,